Okay, I just want to get something kind of straight right off the beginning, from the beginning. Being alive, especially as a sentient being on a rocky planet in what is at least a rare condition as we orbit our own sun, as we spin daily at whatever that happens to be, 24,000 miles per hour, spinning like a top in an orbital fashion around a modest sun in a galaxy where there are literally billions of suns of various shapes and sizes. In a galaxy, by the way, of planets, of which there are God knows how many planets of various shapes and sizes. In a universe where there are, I don't even know what the count's up to now. I think they're starting to estimate somewhere in the billions to possibly trillions of galaxies of various shapes and sizes. But to be a sentient being in such a physical universe is, in fact, and let's be honest, it's a mind fuck. When you try to comprehend our address in all of this, our locale, the scale, the vast scale just of our our solar system. We can barely get out of our solar system. I mean, technically, we have sent out a probe. I'm pretty confident it has not technically reached interstellar space. I'm not sure it's outside of the Oort cloud after from 1979, the Voyagers 1 and 2, or 77 to now, however many decades that's been, traveling at somewhere around 38,000 miles an hour. And it's believed that it has gotten outside of the maybe outside of the gravitational pull of our sun into various planets. But I don't think it's past the Oort cloud, which is the final debris cloud that surrounds our solar system, the leftover debris from the original construction. But it's a mind fuck. It truly, truly is, to be aware. I think it was Carl Sagan who said that it's as if the universe has grown an eye or something of that nature. We're able to observe ourselves and have a sense, albeit very elementary, of what this is. Hmm. And then to reach for meaning and purpose. I understand why religion is so both enticing and powerful, because it takes a very, very complicated, almost a frighteningly so complicated existence, and it applies a simple answer to it. God. I get the allure of that. I truly do. I believed it for a long time myself. But the search for meaning and purpose is arduous, difficult, challenging, especially knowing that there's no answers. I mean, we get temporary resolutions. We get bits and pieces of a bigger puzzle. If we compared it to a puzzle, if we had a 5,000 piece puzzle, let's say, we would have what, a tenth of a piece. I mean, I understand the allurement of wanting an easy answer, putting us at the center of some divine plan, elevating our species to some unwarranted level of intelligence, of consciousness, of morality, etc. Because honestly, it helps us feel better about the situation. But reality is it's a hard thing to resist. It's a hard thing to push back against and say, no, that's not how it really is. I'm speaking here of religion trying to push back against I don't know my adverbs that well, against the enormous challenge of reality itself. But purpose and meaning, well, that's what's going on there, right? That's a different matter altogether. What do you do with it? The philosophers, Camus, Nietzsche, others. You gotta figure it out yourself. You gotta come up with something that works for you, that keeps you from going insane, mentally, emotionally, despairing of life itself. But, for whatever it's worth, meaning and purpose is possible. You can create a reality that makes sense to you. You can find a way through experimentation, mind you. There's no divine revelation involved here. It's you just doing the work, figuring it out, dealing with your own shit, getting all that clutter and debris out of the way so you can have a better sense of what this means to you and how you make the best of your unimaginably limited time. What is 100 years in comparison to 1,000? Not bad. What is 100 years in comparison to 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000, 1,000,000,000,000? Anyway, so let's for me it all begins with honesty. For me, it begins with developing a skilled usage of Occam's razor. Coming to grips with my own fears. But more than that, it's not just the removal of the negative aspect of it. It's the actual creation of the positive. Some people find things like Stoicism. Even religion has a means of doing this. Religion, as far as I understand it, almost all, if not all, religions include some form of the denial of your own humanity. When I say denial, I mean all religions encourage you in some way or another to don't embrace your humanity. Try to think of a replacement factor for it. Take on the identity of a deity, or just pretend like yourself does not truly exist. Those kinds of things. But there is the positive side to all of this, if one is willing to go at it. I live in a physical existence. Everything is physical as we identify and define these things. I'm not convinced that there are alternate realities or alternate powers other than the basics of physics as we understand them, what some people call the laws of science or the laws of the universe. But to find purpose and meaning in all of this, if you go after it, if you incrementally achieve toward the goal, I have found the payoff to be greater than any payoff of anything else I've ever attempted and experienced. To embrace this, to embrace me, to embrace humanity and life itself as it is, without any additional narratives, without any additional storytelling to soothe and comfort. Yeah, it's a mind fuck. There's no question about it. It is an absolute mind fuck. But once you get past your fears, it's pretty damn cool. You just gotta sort of take a look at yourself. Not let fear and cynicism dominate your life. Not let escapism be your path. Don't run from anything. Embrace it all. Embrace it all. Pain, suffering, inhumanity, all of those things. I don't mean to justify the awful, horrible things that humans do to one another and do to the planet. But unfortunately, in that regard, it is what we are in our nature, if you want to call it that, in our existence. And it has to be, in some ways, accepted for what it is, while at the same time seeking to find resolutions that lead toward well-being. But anyway, yeah, it's a challenge, but it has its upsides. And my life is a focus of trying to lean into my own reality. Well, it's actually not just mine. It's the reality we all share. No fear, no cynicism, no hatred. We seek justice when justice is necessary. But ultimately, we seek the well-being of all living creatures in this immeasurably vast thing that we call reality.